We've managed to snare the new Sunseeker Predator 57 before it shoots off to its owner after its big launch at the London Boat Show. That's the Sunseeker Predator, which stands for speed, style, grace, pace, but this boat also has some really neat tricks up its sleeve. So let's get on board and have a bit of a closer look at them. One such party trick is this door, which slides across here, and then once it's locked into place, hold the button, wait a few seconds, and the entire unit slides down into the space here, into the bulkhead. And what this does, when it's all the way down, is completely open up this entire area. We've been using it out at sea today, and the difference from when you're all warm and cosy and you have the heating on, you have the roof closed and the door closed, to when you have this down and this enormous roof open, it completely transforms the feel of the boat and really does make it a legitimate year-round usable boat. So we're down in a lovely toasty engine room now, and as you can see, this is how the engines are set up in the shaft drive layout. You have a bit more room over the starboard side engine, because on the port side this is where the tender garage infringes over the top, so inspecting the top of the engine, getting around the other side is a bit harder on that side. But there's enough room, and crucially lots and lots of artificial light, so you can see pretty much every corner of the engine room. Other things that are good, lots and lots of insulation all over the place, over the tender garage, on the hatch, so part of the reason why the boat is so quiet. And I like this little touch as well here, so you've got a hose coil, so you've got fresh water, so you can hose down the bilges if they get a bit oily. A Sunseeker sports cruiser, especially the 57 Predator, anything with the Predator name has got to be fun to drive. Performance is key, Sunseeker hold it very dear. And then this boat, we've got the largest 900 horsepower Volvo engines, and we're hitting 34 knots flat out, which is a great, strong performance. But the other thing that really stands out, this is the shaft drive version, there is an IPS version, but how agile it is. I mean, I actually feel like the turning is slightly keener than if it had the IPS pods, and it certainly has a nice tight turning circle. It's just so brilliantly smooth and agile when you throw it into a few turns, which may not be something you're going to do, but you'll appreciate it in a big following sea. And I think this boat would really relish those sort of conditions. Now, as well as having these engines and the same sized engines on IPS, you can also have MAN 1200s with Anderson drives, and that boat is going to be doing about 45 knots, which is pretty stupendous considering how much accommodation you have and what a comfortable cruiser it is as well. So as far as the driving position goes, to match that handling performance, it's really driver focused, which is great. You're nice and close to the wheel, and the wheel and throttles are close together, which means that you have really instant and constant control over your minor inputs, which I really like. The view is good. I found myself using a bit of tab to keep the bow down as we got up onto the blade, just to keep you a good enough view, but she soon settles down, especially in these calm conditions that we're experiencing today. And there's some other nice touches as well, like these practical touches. Having a chart table, really useful. Nice clear view of both the chart plotters. They're a bit of a stretch away, unfortunately, but at least you can see them both really easily. And as well as this seated position, there's a flip down grate below me as well, and obviously the sunroof opens, and you can properly stand up and look out over the top of the windscreen too. One thing I'm not quite so keen on is Sunseeker's standard fit trim tabs. The tabs themselves work fine, it's more the controls. They look very nice. It's this bespoke buttons that Sunseeker use, but there's no dial, you have 4 separate buttons, and I just find it a little bit confusing. I'd rather be able to see from the helm what the trim tabs are doing through some sort of indicator, but it doesn't affect how they work. It would just be nice for quick reference. In many ways, the new Predator 57 is the archetypal Sunseeker Predator sports cruiser, the way it looks, the way it handles, and the way it performs. But thanks to that amazing transforming saloon, it really is a proper year-round usable sports cruiser too. To see a more in-depth video on the interior of the Predator 57, be sure to check out the video on mby.com taken from the London Boat Show. And you can read the full report on the boat in the April 2015 edition of Motor Boat Yachting magazine.